So for today, I'm talking about the LaCie 1Big dock, the HDD version. I bought the 16 terabyte version. I purchased this at an amazing discount, close to only $550. In the EU, Europe, this is normally sold for about 750 euros, which is close to $800. I think this is because that we have some sort of tax on blank media storage, like hard disk drives like this one, and therefore it is simply just much cheaper in the United States to buy these discs. I wasn't really needing it, I just bought it because the price per terabyte was close to the same price as you can get internal hard drives from. So I just saw that it could be cool to have an external hard drive with an SD card slot in it, so I could save the SD card reader and have an all-in-one external drive with all the storage I'd ever need. And otherwise, if I didn't want to use it, I could just take out the drive from it and put it into my computer. In this video, I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons about the LaCie 1Big dock HDD version and why I actually ended up reselling it on the Facebook marketplace. So first of all, here's the pros. Number one, of course, it's the Thunderbolt connection. Thunderbolt is just the fastest connection that's available to anyone right now. But of course, it also backwards compatible with USB-C because a Thunderbolt and a USB-C is the same plug. So if you're a Mac user, this is the perfect type of connection for you. Number two is internally, the hard drive is a Seagate Ironwolf Pro hard drive. It is rated for 300 terabytes of workload a year, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. That's not only a 5-year warranty on the disk itself, but it's also a 5-year warranty of something called data recovery. I don't know exactly how that would work, but they are telling they can help you with data recovery. So it's rated for these 300 terabyte of workload for a 24 hours a day, like 24/7 workload. Normally, hard disk drives that is not rated for NAS disks and server disk like the Seagate Ironwolf is not rated to actually work for 24/7, but only about 8 hours a day. So this disk that's inside the LaCie 1Big drive, 1Big dock, is a pro disk. It's one of the better disc from Seagate. Before we continue, my name is Simon and I'm doing product reviews of everything that I mainly buy myself. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. That would help me much more than you could ever imagine. Number three is the price per terabyte. In my case, was some of the lowest I could get, and it's just insane when you compare it to the SSD. It's just about 3 times the price as 1 terabyte of an SSD external drive. Then you could get 16 terabytes of external drive here. Number 4 is there's a built-in card readers at the front, as well as a USB 3.0 port at the front for easier connectivity to other external devices or external features you want to connect while having this sitting on your desktop. Number 5 is there is a patented power pass-through feature that can charge your MacBook, especially directly from this LaCie 1Big dock. I don't have a MacBook, so I haven't tried this feature myself, but it's supposed to could deliver up to 70 watts while charging and while connected to the external drive. This makes it quite a cool feature because it's a dock in itself. I'm not quite sure, but there's also a DisplayPort connectivity inside the dock. I don't know if this is for a MacBook so that you can use this as not only a hard drive, but also as a dock for you. So if you can charge this and use it for an external monitor directly, I think it's a very, very cool value and very, very great value for the price. And this leads me to some of the cons. Some of the cons is maybe based upon that I don't have a MacBook. This is designed primarily for Mac users. I connected it to my computer here that's not a laptop. That's a desktop computer. And I just wanted to sit on my desk and have this external hard drive and have this extra space. 16 terabyte for me that edits video is a lot of extra space, but it's nice to have extra space. The main problem with this is that I bought this while not actually needing it. So I went into this like, I'm just going to test it. I can always resell it if I don't want it. And some of the cons that made me resell this on Facebook Marketplace is that I tried 3 times with 3 different cables, and I think that this is not a problem on a laptop with MacBooks, but this was a problem for me. I simply lost connectivity while actually transferring files to the disk. So for me, I ended up not using it because I was afraid to lose my data. And I was afraid that I couldn't access my data. I was wondering if I should take out the disk and put it inside my computer instead. But I bought this because I wanted the all-in-one features to have the option to plug in my SD cards at the front so that I could have only one thing, like a dock, on my desktop instead of having both an SD card reader and an external hard drive. I also thought, stupid me, that's my own problem, I thought that it would have a C-Fast reader at the front, but it has a CF card reader. It's a compact flash card reader. It's a much older interface, and it doesn't read C-Fast. As far as I understand, the C-Fast reader is on the SSD version of this, and not the HDD, the hard disk drive version of this LaCie 1Big dock. That was of course my own mistake. I should have researched this before this. But using the SD card slot wasn't really going to be a feasible solution for me as well. And I also think that this is maybe some because I couldn't like utilize these Thunderbolt features inside of this because I didn't have a Thunderbolt plug. I didn't have a MacBook. But the SD card reader in this is not fast. It's super slow. It's the slowest I have tried of all the SD card readers I have. Maybe it's because I'm using UHS-2 cards, the V90 cards, to record 4K videos. And this SD card reader, I think, is one of the older versions, just as the Compact Flash. See, the LaCie 1Big dock HDD is not a new product. And I think that maybe some of my workflows is too new and beyond this product simply. But I ended up selling it on Facebook Marketplace simply because I could get almost the same for the product as I purchased it. As I just said in the beginning, I got it at an amazing discount. But would I recommend this? I would say yes, if all of these pros are true and works on a MacBook, and you have a MacBook and you need all of this extra storage, I think it would be a great addition. I didn't like it because it is quite noisy as well. I didn't say that before. It's quite noisy as well. It produces a lot of heat. But if you like take away the charger and use this as a charger and use this as a dock for your MacBook instead, then I can see it being a great all-in-one solution. But for me that already have a desktop computer and just having the extra clutter in my space, I can just take the hard drive out and put inside my computer instead, which would be a much better solution for me because the SD card reader simply wasn't fast enough. Consider watching this video right here where I tour my home office. I'll put my latest home office tour right here.